we all watch some of our own town stuff from time to time. Everybody needs a good laugh.
That's when you know you got like 500 channels or something.
You're right.
Are you ready to start?
Everybody ready? Yeah, we're ready.
With the technology over
This,
there.
yeah.
Where should we stand over here?
Yeah.
You all right with the wire?
Let me just
Where do you need to go?
put that down.
Good. All right, thank you everybody for coming to a short presentation about project bridge replacement that we have going on in the town of Shandaken very shortly here. My name is Paul Tierms. I'm with New York State Department of Transportation, and I am the project manager for the state on this project. This project is a new type of contract, a new venture for New York State. Most of the contracts in the past, we have control over design. We put them out for low bid, and then we perform all the construction, inspection, and the quality assurance of the project. This new type of project, it's a design-build project, where we put together a proposal of requirements for the bridge replacement. All requirements we want to be met in the design and the construction, from bridge design qualifications to work zone traffic control restrictions, and any special comments we've gotten in our initial public outreach from the community. Then we put the proposal out to be proposed on, and we get one design builder, a contractor combination with a design firm and a construction inspection firm that provide all the services for New York State Department of Transportation. And they design the project, build the project, and they oversee their quality control over the project. New York State DOT is still involved in the project. We do have review and approval of all final designs. We still are in charge of that. Some people from our own department and some different consultant firm we hire oversees the design. We have construction assurance on every job overseeing the construction. We have that's led by our construction engineer, Chris Carlin, who's with us tonight. And he will be the on-site engineer for the state throughout the construction of all 6 bridges in this contract. And so we are here, we are available to communicate with if there are problems or concerns. First, we have Chris to go through. But the idea is really design builder, led by Harrison and Burroughs on this contract, will be the lead and hopefully take care of most everything here on the site for us. With that, we have Francis Boslini here with Harrison and Burroughs as the project manager.
Thanks. I'm Francis Bosolini. I'm a project manager with the joint venture Harrison and Burroughs Bridge Constructors from Albany and Wesson Group from Johnstown. Just as a little background, we're the best value selection on this design build project. It consists of 6 locations in Ulster County. Shandaken in the upper northwest corner is the one extreme all the way to Pine Bush at the southern edge of Ulster County. So throughout the course of the next 18 months, we'll be reconstructing 6 bridges. So the first location happens to be here in Shandaken. It's 42 over at Bushnellville Creek, and it's just north of the 28 and 42 intersection, near the police department garage and the other town facilities. So right now it's just sort of a plain Jane vanilla fudge bridge. The state has identified these structures that may have problems in the future with scour-prone foundations. So this is in that list of so-called critical bridges over water. So the plan is to replace the bridge in kind on its existing alignment, maybe with a little bit of higher elevation and a wider waterway opening to address the flooding concerns and the erosion issues around the existing bridge. As far as our schedule goes, we were awarded the project in December, so right away we had to begin our design activities. It's a design-build project, so there were no plans. So designing the new bridge and the roadway was the first task. In March, we started some tree clearing. You probably saw some of that activity going on. And utilities relocated to get themselves out of the way. The next piece of activity you'll see in April, towards the end of the month, will be the installation of a traffic signal. That will be part of our work zone plan. We'll have an alternating one-way traffic pattern. So you'll see the signal go up, and for the first couple of weeks, the heads will be covered up. They'll be bagged until we determine that it's okay to put them in operation. Also in April, there'll be some other site mobilization activities. We'll be moving some equipment in, doing some erosion and sediment control device installation, bringing some materials in. And then the plan is on the 28th of April, we'd activate the signal, and then that would control traffic in a one lane alternating direction pattern. Once the road is closed, then we would demolish half of the bridge at a time. So we'll do what's now the western half of the bridge will be removed and replaced first. So that activity will start in May. Sometime in June, new structural steel will arrive and we'll continue on. By the 1st of August, we should have the first half done, and we'll switch the traffic pattern so that you'll drive on the new part and we'll do the second half. And more or less the same procedure. Structural steel will come in September. And then the plan is that by the 1st of November, we'd be open back up to 2 lanes of traffic. It's a little hard to see here, but as far as traffic control, like I said, it's going to be signalized 1 lane, 2 direction arrangement. So you wait, the signal will give you a green light. We've got a couple of driveways there, one to the town facility that will have its own signal face. So if you're in there trying to get out, there'll be a detector that'll give you a green light to advance. Similarly, on the north side, there's a driveway that's right where our signal is, so those people will have either a push button or a detector, so they'll get a signal phase to proceed. One of the things we're doing as part of this design build process is a lot of public outreach that is normally not done on these kind of projects. So to date, we've had a stakeholder meeting where we met with some town officials and other people in the locality, school officials and whatnot who might be most directly affected. Public information meeting, that's this forum here, where now it's just a general forum to the public, an opportunity to see and ask any questions. Also, there'll be a postcard mailing that will go out to all the residents in the zip codes. So in a week or two, you'll see a little postcard. It'll come and have the pertinent information about the project. So anybody who's not here and not watching on television will get a little notification that the project is happening. Also, the DOT maintains a website and their 511 service, which will have project information on it. And it's also going to be monitored by the Regional Traffic Management Center. So they're aware of lane closures and coordination with emergency services. That's it in a nutshell. If there's any questions, feel free to shout them out. We've got some plans here on the poster boards that maybe you can come look at, just showing what the replacement bridge will look like. It's more or less a very simple project from a bridge construction standpoint. We're just here to make sure everybody's questions are answered.
Are you going to realign that bridge or swing it downstream a little more?
The alignment will be right on, the center line will stay as it is now. So in the end, the bridge will be a little higher and a little wider, The hydraulic opening will get wider, probably by about 20 feet, 25 feet, but it will be the same alignment. It's
20 feet wider?
longer. Well,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're looking
yeah.
at, from the side, it'll be wider, but longer as far as the bridge is concerned.
That's already been washed down to the footings, you know.
Yeah, part of the construction will be installation of foundation piles, 75 to 80 feet deep,
I understand.
that will help with the scour prevention.
And these will be armored with heavy stone fill.
Armored with heavy stone fill.
One of the this project here, all 6 bridges, is a FEMA-funded project, and all bridges are ones that have been marked by FEMA-funded on state highways for one of 2 reasons: scour protection, and that one's a big one on this one, and then increasing the hydraulic opening to prevent damage from future flooding, like from Hurricane Irene or things that definitely went through this area here in recent past. So that's one of the big requirements that we put in our proposal, requirements of their job in their designing the structure.
Will the bridge be wider to accommodate more pedestrian?
The new bridge will carry the roadway and the shoulder width through. So it might be 6 or 8 inches wider on each side, just to be
That's it.
consistent with that, right? And it'll have a similar. You can see the existing picture is open rail. It'll be a similar open rail structure.
So will it lift up into a curb?
No, just
flat?
smooth all the way across, right? We
Okay.
wouldn't do a brush curve.
The new bridge will have a 5-foot shoulder on each side of the bridge. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know if that's currently what's out there.
It's 3.5 or 4, so I say 8 inches or a foot wider on each side.
So for this bridge and the others that you're designing and building, are you, after it's done, will you be filing the necessary paperwork to update the flood insurance rate maps? In other words, if it's going to have a greater capacity, will the flood maps change if it might affect some residents? Maybe not at this one. but
Well,
overall.
part of the requirements of hydraulic design with this is no rise in the flow upstream or downstream of the structure. And that was part of the design that Harrison and Burroughs engineer had to take into consideration with their hydraulic design and structural design, and we did have to do that. So there will be no remapping as a result of us out here on the project.
Didn't you say you're going to widen the creek?
The opening of the bridge will be, if you can see in the picture on the lower right, you can see the far abutment. So the new abutments will be behind that, and then there'll be a slope from more or less the existing stream bottom back up to the new abutment. So the stream channel itself will remain more or less untouched. What happens in these bridges is when the water rises, there's debris in the streams, and they become almost a dam. So you get 2 things: damage to the structure, and then potential blockage there. So we're really raising it above that water elevation.
If there's any questions, go down to Phoenician, look at the Bridge Street one, because that moved from the floods.
From impact, yeah.
All the debris, yeah.
It's a little bit of a touchy situation because what the gentleman said here, we're not really allowed to impact the flood elevation. So we can't do anything that would otherwise constrict the flow or necessarily allow more water to pass downstream, because there would be other
Yeah, but
cascading damages. So
how about bridges that have been filled in underneath with an abnormal amount of gravel over the years? Are they going to take that back to where the stream beds were, or they're going to leave it the way it is now?
We're matching that existing stream bed elevations, what's out there today.
In that bridge you are, but there are other bridges where you're not.
yeah, that might not be.
Well, like the Big Indian, that big bridge, Big Indian there.
Well, the Big Indian, I think the department has coming out under similar design-build contracts scheduled for probably 2017 or 2018 construction, and that's under a different project management staff, but I believe the stream bed is basically staying the same through there on that project also. I do know parts of that project.
And that's a much more complex
Yeah, I know.
engineering situation there than it is here.
Yes.
Yeah, so the town is going to be undertaking a flood analysis in that area upcoming shortly. So you said you got hydraulic modeling for those bridges. I assume you'd be willing to share that information with our engineering firm so that we could incorporate it into our modeling.
Yes.
To know how it's going to affect flooding throughout that section.
Yeah, we
That
definitely-
would just help us expedite knowing what the new bridge constrictions are or non-constriction is.
We definitely could. You have my email address. And at one of our meetings, I think it was last winter, you met our hydraulic engineer, Rich Frusciante, who came with us, and he would certainly be happy to share the hydraulic information. And he's done the study on that one with you. If you send me an email, I can get you the information.
Anything else?
While we're here today, for the state DOT, we also have, the town of Shandaken's getting a lot of attention due to Hurricane Irene and the flooding here. So we have a separate project that went out under design bid build. That is the replacement of Route 28 over the Esopus Little Indian Bridge, or you call it, right there by Farmer Jones and the wood mill. And so Oscar Olarte is with the department, and he's the design manager on that project. So we could, that project will be done with a full closure of Route 28, and it'll be coming up also in 2016. And we have a low bidder, A. Servidome B. Anthony, a contractor who does a lot of bridge work in Region 8, and we're not sure exactly when they'll start, but I think Oscar will give you a little presentation here to go over that project, and then we can go over some questions there also.
Okay, so this project, as Paul mentioned, is the letting was on March 17, and the winner of that letting was Servidon. And we expect to have an early award. We're not sure exactly when it's going to happen. We expect it to be soon. And the project is to replace, and this type of project is different than the design build. It is going to be design build project, and it was designed in house. And the project will replace the four-span. Let's start with the existing structure. The existing structure is a four-span bridge with a box beam and a total length of 233 feet. And the width of the width of the structure is 33 feet, 4.5 inches. The structure is in a tangent and 0.5% grade. It's in a rural location. ADT is 2600. The situation over there, as everybody knows, is that that bridge is actually a debris cacher, and it's cover situation. And the subscript is considered a potential well and semi-recreational river. There is no accommodation for pedestrians. Pedestrians have to use the shoulders in that location. This is the detour that we will be using when we cross the bridge. It's approximately 6.3 mile detour. And for us to be able to put traffic in that Route 47, which is County Road 47, we have to do some minor repairs. And one of those is we repair the bearings of the existing of the structures that goes on the carries County Road 47 over the Sopos Creek, that on the Firehouse Road, that small bridge, it was having an issue with the bearings. We replaced those bearings, and by doing that, we eliminate the 10 tons limit weight that the bridge has. That posed That way post has been eliminated already. And the other thing is, we also, in this contract, we are going to ask the contractor to remove all the non-standards and deteriorated warning signs along the whole Route 47. And this is part of the minor repair that we have to do just to accommodate the 2,600 vehicles average in that county road. So as I mentioned, it's going to be 6.3 miles, approximately 10 minutes to go around from abutment to abutment. And this is an aerial view of the 28 over the Sobos Creek. The proposed structure is going to be a multi-girder bridge. It's going to be 8 feet higher than the existing bridge. It's going to remain in a tangent. The same alignment, the same center alignment is going to be we're maintaining. But the big thing is we are eliminating the 4 spans, and now we are going to have 2 spans, one single pier on the middle. That will basically eliminate those piers that are catchers of all that debris that are coming down from the stream. And it's going to be a little bit longer. It's going to be 297, almost 293, and a little bit wider, 40 feet. And as I mentioned, it's going to remain in the same tangent, same proposed 0.5 grade. And one of the new things is the county has future plans for that railroad and that crosses Route 28. They are proposing to have in the future like a trail in that location. So they request if we can do something to accommodate that crossing. And I think for the safety reason, we studied that, and the best approach was to have the crossing under the bridge. So there is going to be a concrete pad, concrete trail, and it's going to be under the bridge, connecting both sides to the rails. And I can show you that in this plan. And you can see there, that's where the trail, which underneath the bridge is going to be 10 feet wide on concrete, and away from the bridge is going to be 8 feet wide, and it's going to connect to both sides to the existing railroad. And this is for the future. The county will come on over there and finish that project. But for this contract, we will be already provide that thing over there.
The bridge is going to go over the railroad? The bridge is going to go over the tracks? Is that what you're saying?
The trail is underneath the bridge.
So the bridge is actually going to go
Yes.
higher and farther
Yes,
over?
the bridge is going to be 8 feet higher than the
Right
existing
there.
one. So, and this is what we have there. The piers are, we can go to the next one. So we got piers again, and the pier in the center is going to be supported on piles, and this is to prevent scours issues. That is same as the pier to the abutment to the right. The abutment to the left is not in pier because we got rock there, so there is not enough room. There is no need to put in piers. So this is the profile of the bridge, and at the bottom is a little detail, and in the left abutment you can see where the new trail is going to be just next to the abutment. That's the location of the trail underneath the bridge, underneath the gutters. And this is going to be a bridge, a jointless bridge, which is going to be a long-lasting bridge because there is not going to be issues about leakage or salt damaging the gutters. There is an estimated bridge that is going to last at least 75 years. This is the typical sections. The one at the top is the existing bridge, which is complete box beams. The one on the bottom is the proposed, a little bit wider.
10-foot shoulders on both sides for pedestrians or bikes on the bridge itself.
Actually, 8. 8. Yes?
how far upstream will, there's islands and everything that are in the stream that weren't there before, after the flood they were left there. Some of it was cleaned out and some of it wasn't. How far upstream will they clean those islands out to make it one stream instead of two like it is now?
We won't remove any clean, we cannot go into the stream and start removing material for the stream. So what we're doing is just eliminating the existing piers and putting the new ones. There is a levee in that location. We are not touching that levee at all. So this is going to be remain there.
Yeah, but it's from the levee down to where the bridge is, where all the debris lays.
I mean, the DOT's jurisdiction is the maintenance of the bridge and replacing the bridge. That's really the DEC in there.
So we're spending millions of dollars to protect the fish.
No, I think we're fixing a bridge that, has scour vulnerability. In the last Hurricane Irene, the water was up to the road level there. And I think you're getting a new structure that will last the storms and shouldn't need to be replaced for the next 100 years. So I think this bridge is, was built in the 50s and it's, near the end of its life. Yes, sir.
Yeah, a couple things. The gravel that's underneath these bridges, you have to take that gravel out. Otherwise, you're just going to put them up higher, 8 feet higher, 10 feet. Go over to Europe and look at the bridges over there. 500 to 1,000 years bridges. Here, 100 years.
I do agree with you in a lot of this sense, but here we have Army Corps of Engineers as jurisdiction over streams. The New York State DEC has jurisdiction. On this bridge, we have New York City DEP. A lot of these environmental agencies restrict what we can do here. We have to meet certain hydraulic requirements, same as this is the other one. No rise in we have to make this opening so much bigger, 8 foot